So we have performed so many of the tasks, so we have run so many Docker container, but we have some of the junks over here. So in this video, what we are going to do, we are going to learn how we can remove the Docker container and the Docker images. So I just want to clean everything, like removing all the Docker containers and the images for the further videos. So at that time, you will not get confused. So hence I'm just removing right now. So as I mentioned earlier, if you want to check all the images that present into our current system, so you have to use the Docker images. Okay. So using the Docker images, you can able to list down all the images over here. Okay. So as you can see that we have this couple of images over here, like the NFT website, Hello World, and bunch of other things as well. So let's remove this image first. So for removing Docker images, so there is a very simple command. It's known as a Docker RMI. Okay. So RMI stands for the remove images. Okay. Then I'm just using the -f. Okay. Then you have to mention the image ID over here. So I'm just going to copy this one and paste it over here. So one by one, you have to just paste the image ID and just paste it over here. And if you press enter, so it's going to delete all the images over here. Okay. So as you can see that our image is deleted. So let me verify once again. Docker images. So as you can see that we don't have any images right now into our system. Okay. So the images part is done over here, and let's remove the container. So if you want to list down all the Docker containers, so for that I have told you, so you have to use the Docker ps -all. So we can able to list down all the Docker content that present over here. So the list is very huge over here. So let's suppose if you want to remove this Docker container, so you have to copy the container ID over here. Okay. Then, so clear one thing again, then you have to use very simple command. It's known as the Docker rm. Okay. So Docker rm, it stands for Docker remove. Okay. And -f, and then you have to mention the container ID. So if I enter it, so once I mention and if I press enter, so within a second our Docker container will be removed. So let's verify once again. So Docker ps -all. And as you can see that the container ID is gone right now. Okay. So you might be thinking, so the list is pretty long over here. So every time I have to just copy the container ID and I have to paste in the terminal. No, I have the better way also. So you have to use the Docker over here. So like Docker desktop, and from the Docker desktop, you can also remove all the images and the Docker containers. So this is only useful if you are using in the graphical user interface. So we have this graphical user interface, but if you have in the production grade and if you are using the Docker in the CLI mode, in the command line mode, then you have to use the Docker command over here, like the Docker rm, and then you have to mention the container ID. Then you can able to remove all the Docker container. Okay. And similar for the Docker images as well. But right now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove all the Docker container using the Docker desktop. So you have to just open the Docker desktop, then you have to click on the containers. And as you can see that we have this all the list of containers over here. So I just select all the containers and I have this option called delete. So I'm just click over here. So as you can see that we have successfully deleted all the Docker containers and the images as well. And all the cleaning is done up here. And that's pretty much for this video, and see you guys in the next one.